A bench in a courtyard. Dozens of people walk past. A stray cat that hasn't moved for a full hour suddenly stands up, crosses the whole yard, and walks straight to one person, as if it had checked a list first. Sometimes that person is you. And the strange part is that it keeps happening. In another city, another country, a different bench. Meanwhile, the people who adore cats crouch, reach out, and call in that high, sweet voice. And the cat curves around them like they're not even there. That's not luck. In the next 10 minutes, I'll show you the silent test every stray cat runs on you. And one detail at the very end that flips the whole thing upside down. Let's start with the foundation, because nothing else makes sense without it. A renowned British biologist named John Bradshaw studied cats for decades and reached a conclusion that sounds almost offensive. A cat doesn't seem to see you as a different species at all. A dog has one language for dogs and a separate language just for us. A cat doesn't bother. It rubs against you, lifts its tail like a pipe, and blinks slowly. The exact same signals it uses with other cats. So here's the truth you have to sit with. To that stray on the bench, you are not a human, and you are not an owner. You are a very large, strangely moving cat, and because you're a cat to it, it judges you by cat rules, not human ones. That single shift explains every strange thing your local strays do, and it changes everything that follows. So here's the first rule, and it catches almost everyone. In the cat world, a direct, steady stare is not affection, it's a threat. The look one cat gives another right before a fight. Now think about what a cat lover does. They lock eyes. They walk straight over. They lean down and stretch out both hands. To the cat, that reads as a predator closing in. Picture 5 people in a room. 4 adore cats and stare and coo. The 5th is allergic, turns away, and quietly wishes the cat would leave. Who does the cat climb onto? The allergic one. Every single time. And it's not being cruel. That person, without knowing it, is behaving like a perfectly polite cat, not staring, not looming, not chasing, just sitting still and letting the cat decide. The cat doesn't go to the one who loves it. It goes to the one who behaves correctly. The next thing the cat reads is something you can't consciously control at all. Your walk. A stray lives in a world where misjudging a moving shape can cost its life. So it watches movement above everything. From across the yard, it scans your gait. Is it sharp and jerky, with sudden bursts, or smooth, steady, predictable? An adult with an even, unhurried stride reads as calm, well-fed, and harmless. This is also why children, even the kindest ones, so often fail the test. Their movements are chaotic and unpredictable. So strays keep their distance. And here's the part you can't cheat. You cannot fake a walk while you're walking. It quietly broadcasts your real state, tense or relaxed. And the cat is reading it long before you notice the cat. Now it goes deeper, past anything you're doing on purpose, into your body chemistry. A cat's sense of smell is tens of times sharper than yours. And to a cat, smell is a full dossier. When a person is anxious, the makeup of their sweat shifts as adrenaline and cortisol rise, and animals pick that up instantly. A calm person and a nervous person literally smell different to a cat. So when people say a cat can sense a kind heart, that's not quite it. The cat isn't smelling kindness. It's smelling the absence of stress. And there's a second layer. If you have a cat at home, the stray knows from several feet away, because another cat's scent is on your clothes. To the stray, that reads as already tested, already safe. You show up with a reference letter written in a language you can't even smell. So far, the cat has been reading things you can't fake, but the single biggest signal is different. It's something you can send back to the cat, on purpose, tonight. In 2020, psychologists ran an elegant experiment. People slowly blinked at cats, closing their eyes and gently opening them again. The cats blinked back far more often, and were far more likely to approach the slow blinker than someone with a blank face. The press called it a cat smile. Here's why it's so powerful. To close your eyes near another creature is to say, I am completely defenseless right now, and I trust you anyway. And it isn't a trick your cat had to learn. It's the innate language of the whole species, which means it works on a stray that has never seen you before. One viewer told me they tried it on a stray that used to hiss at them, and the change was instant. It makes you wonder how many so-called aggressive cats are just reacting to people who ignore their signals. Your voice matters too. Cats learn the voices in their yard within a week, and they lean towards soft, high, gentle tones because a low, harsh voice sounds like a growl. So yes, talking back, even meowing back, is you passing a test you didn't know you were taking? Now, how do you know in 3 seconds that a cat has already chosen you? Look at the tail. If it walks toward you with its tail straight up, sometimes with a little curve at the tip, the decision is already made. That raised tail is the gesture a kitten makes to its mother, and that adult cats offer only to the ones they completely trust. In outdoor colonies, cats raise their tails for the members they respect most. And if it then rubs along your legs, congratulations. It just marked you with its own scent, rubbing its face and its side against you to write its signature onto your skin. You've been tagged as safe, and the next cat in that yard will smell that mark and trust you before you've done anything at all. Which brings us to the question that turns this whole thing around, the one about why the cat is really there. Because it was never truly about the food. The obvious answer is that a stray comes to you because it's hungry. But in 2017, researchers at Oregon State offered cats a choice between 4 things: food, a toy, a scent, and human interaction. Most of them chose the person. Food came second. And remember, shelter cats are just yesterday's strays. So a cat crossing the yard toward you is not always begging. The socialized ones, the ones who met kind humans as kittens, actually need contact. And to them, you're a source of safety, not just calories. Now, be honest with yourself, because sometimes it really is a coincidence. You sat on a sun-warmed bench, or your bag smells like roast chicken. The cat takes what it wants and loses interest. But the cat that truly chose you does something different. It stays close after the food is gone. It seeks your eyes. It blinks. It follows you. Real choice always shows up after the benefit is over. That's the one that means something. That's your soul cat quietly deciding you're the one. And here is the detail I promised at the start. The one that flips everything. This whole time we've been asking why the cat chose you. But turn it around. Stray colonies live short, hard lives. And over 10,000 years, only the cats that could pick the right human survived beside us. Those were the ones that passed on their kittens. Finding the one calm, reliable, predictable person in a moving crowd wasn't a cute preference. It was their single greatest survival skill, sharpened over hundreds of generations, passed down from mother to kitten as carefully as any hunting move. Every stray alive today is descended from cats who were experts at reading people. So when a stray crosses a yard and settles next to you, it isn't that it wandered over. It's that you passed a selection its ancestors spent 10,000 years perfecting. The cat doesn't come to you. The cat hires you. So think back to that bench and to whatever cat once chose you. Maybe it took months of hissing before it let you close. Maybe it appeared on the hardest day of your life. One woman wrote that after her husband passed, his old rescue cat began waiting by the door every single time she came home. That wasn't the food. That was a small, ancient creature deciding that near you. The world felt safe enough to stop bracing. Being chosen by a stray isn't luck, and it isn't about being the biggest softie on the street. It means that everything about you, your stillness, your calm, your unhurried way of moving, told a frightened animal one thing, that near you, it could finally lower its guard. That's not a small thing to be. That's the highest compliment a cat can pay. So here's one last gift you can try tonight. Find your cat's eyes across the room and give it one slow, soft blink, close, hold, open. If it blinks or squints back, you just said hello in its own language. And that same password will work tomorrow on any cat in the yard. Now I'd love to hear it from you. Did your cat blink back? And how did you and your stray first find each other? Where were you? And how did it end? Tell me in the comments. And if this changed how you'll sit on that bench tomorrow, stay with me. Next time, we're decoding what your cat is really saying every time it meows at you.